Color communicates long before logic has a chance to intervene. In the split second before a client reads your headline or reviews your offer, their brain has already absorbed your brand's palette, triggering emotions that can attract or repel in an instant. For the high-earning brand strategist, understanding and deploying color is not a matter of aesthetic preference, but a critical act of persuasion, affecting trust, urgency, and perceived authority before a single word is digested. The mechanism behind this is not mystical. It is tied to the science of subconscious signaling. Each color carries with it centuries of encoded meaning, much of which is backed by modern psychological research. In the absence of strategic intent, a misaligned palette causes cognitive dissonance, a sense of discomfort or mistrust that lingers, even when users cannot logically articulate it. This is why users commonly report that some brands simply feel off. To maximize emotional congruence between brand and audience, it is imperative to align your color choices with your audience persona. For brands prompting quick action and exploiting the consumer's pain point of FOMO, fear of missing out, high stimulation palettes such as reds and oranges are ideal. With measurable physiological effects, including increased heart rate and alertness, these colors are intentionally deployed by discount chains, fitness startups, or limited-time offers. In contrast, if your brand must evoke authority and dependability, especially in the B2B, finance, or strategic consulting spaces, shades of blue and navy signal intelligence and trust. Social networks gravitate toward blues, not by coincidence, but because they anchor themselves in the user's mind as stable, reliable utilities. Blue triggers the authority bias, increasing the likelihood that your recommendations or offers are accepted at face value. For brands invested in wellness, sustainability, or transformation, palettes featuring greens and earth tones become essential. These hues gently signal growth, peace, and an environmental ethos, priming clients for messages of health, renewal, and positive change. The selection of green aligns with the pleasure and transformation triggers common to health-forward and environmental brands. The skilled strategist architects palettes with both logic and psychological intentionality. This is best accomplished through the 60-30-10 rule. Allocate 60% of the brand's visual presence to the primary color, the emotional base you want to set, 30% to a secondary color, adding contrast, variety, and visual depth, and 10% to an accent color, designated specifically to draw attention to calls to action. This brings us to one of the most potent conversion tricks. Always set your CTA color as a complementary contrast to the primary brand color. For a blue-based palette, the Buy Now button should be orange, utilizing the principle of pattern interrupt to force the user's gaze toward the intended action. This is not mere design, it is behavioral engineering. A data-driven, persona-aligned color palette delivers half the persuasive impact of your brand before the prospect has processed any logical argument. By elevating color selection from arbitrary preference to strategic tool, you ensure your visual presence becomes a silent sales force, working beneath the level of language to pre-sell your audience on every interaction.